My name is Nick here from Saddlehorn. I wanted to make one video that you probably won't see from a lot of people who are doing what we're doing, which is buying businesses. And it really comes from the place of me having sold my business and being an entrepreneur. And what it's about is really the emotional side of selling a business and what's involved. And I think it's important to make this video because when we talk to sellers, you're gonna go through a roller coaster of emotions. I've been there myself. You know, when you're selling a business, some of the things that will pop up are tons of questions from the buyer. You guys will have great initial conversations, and then when it actually gets into the diligence phase, you're gonna be digging into what makes this business tick. How long have these customers been around? Are these employees gonna retire soon, or are they gonna stick? And there's a lot of things where it can feel like you're really being grilled about your business. Now, you know as an owner that customer's been with you 20 years, it's really solid, they can't go anywhere, you're meshed into their supply chain. But as a buyer, you know, sometimes you have to really dig into that and dig deeply, if not for yourself, for perhaps the lender or somebody else that's involved in the background that needs to check these boxes in order to make the purchase of the business. So the biggest piece of advice I can give is just don't take it personally when somebody's really digging around in your business and asking these questions. It's gonna go on for months. At times it's gonna feel like you're running two businesses, the business of actually doing your business and then the business of getting it sold. That can be a real challenge. And of course, as you go through that, you're gonna have to cross certain bridges that are gonna be difficult. First is coming just to that initial decision that it is time to sell and really diving into that. As you get towards the finish line, it actually becomes real. You're gonna get a different set of emotions. And even as you transition the business over after the sale, you may be involved working in that business, running it, but you're no longer the owner. And sometimes this can last for a couple months. With certain types of buyers, that lasts years. And you have to be ready for that, coming in and seeing that your business is run differently. Even honestly being okay with seeing that there's things that you completely disagree with in how the business is being run, but your job is there to transition it and fulfill for that new buyer because you've crossed the finish line. So again, it's not that you have to get anxious about selling the business, but do know that there's going to be a lot of uncertainties, there's going to be a lot of stop and start in the process, and do know that you're going to face a lot of questions along the way. These kind of transactions take months, and it's the biggest transaction that you'll ever do easily, so you want to get it right. So be prepared that there's going to be more than just 1-2 questions and you're over it. It's going to go deep. But once you get to the other side, it really is worth it. And after a couple months, you really feel a weight off your shoulders as you go on to your next thing. So I hope that your experience can be as good as mine was selling a business. But also know too, there's going to be a lot of work involved from both sides of the table. But if you're ready for it, it's worth it.